Shalom חברים. Let's talk today about the cantillations, or as you can call them already in Hebrew, te'amim. So first we want to read and then see some of the te'amims here. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Let's see some of the ta'amim. We can see one ta'am here, another one here, another one here, 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 and here. We know already the vowel pointing like this one, sheva, tzere, chirek, kamatz, kamatz, etc. So we do see that we have quite large numbers of those accents of those te'amim. So first we want to see what's the word te'amim mean. Te'amim is basically the taste of the food. And from here the meaning expanded into stress, accent, tune, melody. Also, the modern sense can be something like having a good taste of something. For example, you may say in Hebrew, "Oh, yesh la ta'am tov." She has a good taste. So very similar to what you find in English. So all those tiny accents are called te'amim in Hebrew. We tend to talk about 26 te'amim. So 26, it seems like a huge number. What do? Do they help us with the syntax? Indeed, they do. If so, why so many? Who needs 26 te'amim accentations to show the syntax? We just need 6 or 7, that's enough for us. So let's see what are the te'amim in the text. What do they do in the text? One thing is we mentioned already is the punctuation, end of verse, halfway through the verse, etc. We saw it already in our last video. We'll see it again today. Another thing is they do help us to know how to sing the text. What does it mean? If you have a chance to go and visit a synagogue, you may hear the readers, they are actually singing the text. You ask yourself, how do they all know how to sing it the same tune? They simply follow the te'amim. And here is a point for us to know. So it does seem very relevant to have so many of them. So like about 26 musical notes, therefore there is a good sense for us to see such a large number of accentations, because we do have different tunes to express. The last thing they do is they help us to know which is the accented syllable. In most cases, they are our indication for knowing where to read it right with the accented syllable. Just in case you do want, let's go back to this reason here with the musical notes. Just in case you do want to hear some kind of a demonstration, simply follow Naama's video. She's one of our member teacher, and she will demonstrate in the video how to sing the text. She's doing it in an Ashkenazi way, so you can understand that there are several traditions, and you can learn from her how to sing it. Like any bar mitzvah child, which has to go to read his portion in the synagogue during his bar mitzvah, he needs to go to learn how to do that, to memorize all the tones, the musical tones. If you ask yourself when was it done, it was at the same time where the scribe added the vowel pointing, because they were simply very practical. They really wanted us to know how to read the word, where to put the accent, how to sing it for liturgical reading. So all reading instruction or all reading traditions were given by the scribes and we do know how to do it today. You can see that, basically speaking, when we try to look at the te'amim from the syntactical point of view, they are indicating different levels of pauses in the text. And this is organized by the biggest, the largest pause you can do. And it goes less, less, less. And the last ones are conjunctive te'amims. So let's just read the Hebrew words also. Keisarim, the emperors, are indicating the very strong pause in the verse. Melachim, kings, less strong but still a major stress, a major pause. Mishnim or Sarim, the dukes, and Shalishim, counts. And the last group of te'amim are actually connecting units. I'll show some of them to you, and we will focus on two of them. So you see, this is the first group of the very strong te'amim, the strongest pause you can do. You remember we're talking about the colons here. The tam is indicated here, just below the letter. We saw it already. It is called siluk or sof pasuk. We will see it in the next slide. The next one is called atnach. It looks like that. Then you see several levels of pauses here. You can see the te'amim are in black. And it goes on to the counts. Those, the purple group, are the conjunctive te'amims. They are connecting units. They even have the shape of connection, you see? It shows you the direction. Go and connect it to the next unit. So let's see it here in, again, Genesis 1:1. You see, first of all, the atnach. It tells us that's halfway through the verse. And here is the sof pasuk. The sof pasuk means in Hebrew end of verse. Sof is end and pasuk is verse, end of verse, or siluk as well. So they always, it's like a package deal. You'll always see them together. You'll see the colon, and you'll see the colons, and you'll see the siluk or sof pasuk. You wouldn't sense the feeling of the pauses so much when you read, but it does tell you where is halfway through the verse and where is the end of the verse. That's very important. It's easy for us as a reader to deal with the text altogether. But the major tool you can take out of it is to know the position of the stress. So now I really want to read it with a marking of the accentation, just for me to be demonstrating how it's so easier when we do see the te'amim. So Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim. Penultimate, therefore the stress falls here, you see. Ve'et haaretz, again penultimate, therefore the stress or the tam is here. Let's demonstrate a bigger portion from verses 1 to 3. You can read it with me. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו וחושך על פני תהום. Halfway through the verse. ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים. ויאמר אלוהים יהי אור ויהי אור. I will see you in the next video and להתראות. תודה רבה.